The Factory 5 GTM is a build-it-yourself supercar that uses Corvette running gear. That's the full line of LS engines from the LS1 to the monster LS7, all mated to a high-strength tubular space frame wrapped in a stunning composite body. The result is a mid-engine, high-horsepower American supercar that will run with the world's best.
The concept of the company, you take a Mark IV, delivers the driving experience of the original car that nobody can have. So if you have the skills, you can build it. Well, I'm at SEMA and I'm with a customer, we're looking at a Saleen S7, and he says, man, why can't you build that chassis and that body? Why can't you make a car like that? And I started thinking, I'm like, you know, the same thing we did for the Cobra replica guys, we could do for supercar guys. Okay, I don't have $500,000 for a supercar, but you know what I do have? I have skills. And Factory 5 has great chassis technology, great shaping technology, so I had to deliver supercar handling, supercar performance, acceleration. It can take a ton of horsepower, it's extremely aerodynamic, we wind tunnel tested it. That car has a 200-mile-an-hour performance envelope that you can get to.
The GTM is new territory. Previous designs were Ford-based, but the GTM uses GM running gear. The GTM is also an all-new design rather than a vintage replica. The car is modern in every sense, and while performance is its charter, it's also remarkably streetable.
So the one thing we couldn't take out of the Corvette in order to build the car was the transmission. The original transaxle in the C5 was just way too long. So we searched around and found that Porsche 911 transmissions from the late 80s, early 90s were a good fit with the LS1s. The kit is basically based on having a donor Corvette and then a Porsche G50 5-speed transmission. In between those two things, you have everything you need to build the kit.
Factory 5s are designed to be built. They're engineered to be assembled at home. They're build-it-yourself cars by nature. Now the GTM is at the top of that list. It's a little bit more challenging than building a Roadster, but it makes sense because it's a much more complex design, and its performance envelope, consequently, is much higher. I always say it's no challenge to build a $500,000 supercar. Try building a car that performs at that level for 10% of that price. That's a challenge, and that's what we did with the GTM.